All right.
Hey.
It's Friday. Hey, my face is blocked.
We're back.
You guys need to be able to see my gorgeous, gorgeous face on this audio podcast.
Right?
Literally a face for radio.
Mama always said I had a face for radio.
Oh, boy.
It's favorite time of the week because the week's over almost.
Apparently, in the chat earlier, there was a bit of a drinking game.
We don't let them know we read the chat.
Oh, yeah. Well, for you guys. Better finish your bottle.
If you guys don't know what Phil's referring to, apparently a drinking game has now popped up in the chat that says every time Phil laughs, you have to drink.
Can I crack this one on the mic?
Yeah, crack it.
Most awkward.
I mean, yeah, one. I've never seen anyone open a can like that.
My bad.
It's like a fake.
It almost looked like you needed that much strength. Two, I've never seen anyone that excited to crack open a White Claw. Okay?
Hey.
Only white girls.
Spicy water is spicy
Hey,
water, all right?
You gotta get your white girl on something.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. I am almost finishing off the Elijah Craig in my CIA cup.
He has a spyglass.
I have a CIA cup. You don't have a CIA cup. I have a CIA
I
cup.
don't have a CIA cup because the cup doesn't listen to me.
I also got a B cup, but that's a different story.
A cup, B cup, CIA cup.
All right, so if you guys are sharing one with us in the chat, go ahead. Oh, Phil's already over there drinking. Jeez, hello.
Well,
we were
toasted.
Yeah, but
You can't like toast and then put it back down. That's not kosher.
well, Nick's toast don't count.
What's that?
Wow.
What's up, Dub?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
It's because it's a white
Yo,
claw?
you want to catch these fists?
Yeah.
Yo, catch these hands? Is that it? Did I do it right?
It would be an unfortunate event if your Tiny Hawk were to lose its PCB.
Why? So you need one to replace yours that you broke this morning?
Literally just.
Yeah.
It'll be like those F-150s that are stuck on the lot without a computer.
Yeah.
Can't drive them.
If you guys want to know what we're talking about this morning, Nick, why don't you tell everyone what happened this morning?
We went to go fly our drones this morning, and I attempted a split S. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah, you
split, all right.
Split
Yeah, I
S
split.
your PCB. And
I yeeted my Tiny Hawk into the ground.
Well, it wasn't even the impact that hurt it. I think water got in it, huh?
yeah, I think
Maybe,
so.
yeah.
Because the grass was soaking wet.
You can check his Instagram for that footage.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, is it
had
up there?
footage.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
up
I
there.
had chase footage of it.
All right. The only reason I'm checking the chat right now is to see if anyone's like, you're like triple audioing, but no, we're good. Everyone's talking about my B cups now, so that's fine.
And your tinfoil hat, or lack of.
Oh yeah, we should have made me a tinfoil hat. I would have got hot. Then I would have gotten sweaty, and then you would see underboob sweat lines on my
Yeah,
shirt.
and we're too lazy to make one, so we actually After Effects that one in for that intro.
We also have a special guest in studio today, but she's not on camera. Yell hi.
Do it again. I don't know if that came in, but
You can hear it. Little Jay's in studio watching on another monitor over there. What? No, I don't. I hear you and your sister screaming all the time. I want to break from it. Friday. Speaking of Friday, tell your friends and your moms and your grandmas and your mom's sisters and all of them. Tell them to get in here, and the dads too, I guess.
I was like, where are you
I
going
don't
with this?
I think we need more viewers than that. That's.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, after all, my daughter is the one last week that was like, "You have 3 million followers. Why do you only have 3,000 viewers?"
Yeah, I'll just
if only that's how it worked, though. You just always got a view for every sub.
I'll forward the link to my mom and sister and see how that turns out.
No, because then you have to text support. How do we turn it on?
You want more viewers, right?
They're going to call him mid-show.
We're gonna live. You can connect your Bluetooth to the mixer, and then we can live tech support.
Oh, man. Actually, that'd be kind of good.
That's your can
It
of
might
worms
actually
open.
be a good show if we were just like, here we go, 90 minutes of tech support for Nick's mom.
It's actually, yeah, our show literally turns into actual tech support.
How to turn Nick's mom off and on again?
It'll be like Chris Perillo's call.
Whoa.
Wait,
Whoa.
Feels like wait. Melanie's a nice
do you
lady.
mean
It's a
that?
family
Do you mean
show.
that quadruple entendre right there?
Quadruple entendre? Don't use big words with me. I'm but a humble YouTuber.
Oh, you got the second word right. No,
Oh, stop sounding like the audience.
technically, I'm the first audience because I watch as I'm filming, and then I have to watch as I'm editing. So.
And
Yeah, I
have to
can't
listen
even
and
count
watch.
how many times I've seen your head pop out behind the camera and go, No. Nope. Try again.
And me in the background just going,
Oh, man. Anyway. All right. Take it away, Nick. What are we talking about today?
Say we're talking. I totally blanked. I'm sorry. We're talking about our favorite time killers or apps to use on our phone.
Did you tell him to drink like it's a punishment to drink? Well, I guess it is a punishment to drink a White Claw, first of all. Second of all, he would
I
need...
like how you're giving Nick so much crap for the White Claw, but you didn't give me any when I had one. You're like, but it's
There's double
Nick.
standards.
I
Right
gave you
there.
crap. It's not to your face. But second, he'll need like 6 of those cans to feel a buzz.
That's what you think.
It's...
Whatever.
I don't know. But then again, I was drinking your Electric Craig and everything else on the table that day.
No, remember we learned last week that the soju has no effect on me.
Yeah. Which was weird because
It's always been that way, but whatever. So our go-to like time killer apps?
Yeah.
Or apps that like we can't live without?
No, our go-to apps, like the ones that we like to mess around on.
Magic Piano.
Pokemon Go.
I have a computer. So, like, I don't play. I literally have 0 games installed on my phone, and like I don't waste any time on my phone. It's weird.
So you're telling me now Nick and I have to carry this conversation for 15
No,
minutes,
it would
just us?
It would just be Reddit, I guess. Like I just browse and like read
Do
stuff.
you
on
use
Watch
do you use
fair.
the Reddit app?
Yeah. Oh no, I use Apollo. It's a third-party client, but the Reddit app sucks, like the official one.
Is it? Why is it?
I mean,
through-
so does the
is it-
forum,
is
but,
it through
you know.
Talk or something, or how
So
does
does
it
the
work?
Reddit. Reddit sucks. That's why the app sucks.
Yeah, the app's not the problem, it's the content.
But there's like so many
don't
subreddits.
And the only reason I hate Reddit so much is because so many people have dedicated so many hours of their lives trying to like drag me through the mud up on Reddit.
Yeah. I remember seeing that when I first got hired. It was pretty bad during that time.
It's
Nowadays,
not so bad now, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's been going on for years. So I just kind of hate Reddit because I'm like, it's literally nothing but like just trash on people forum. You
Pretty
know what I
much.
mean?
It's
Oh,
like
I
a
mean-
roast me thread for everything.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's just like it's a collection of forums of anything. So it's
Right.
like if you sub to
Right, and everything falls under the same issues of fanboyisms and this
Yeah, true.
versus that, and you suck, I'm better. Like it's the same thing everywhere.
Yeah. Anyway, so I waste time on Reddit and Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, I guess it's just social media for me.
okay.
That's my answer. I don't really. And then if there's nothing new, like I just put my phone out, and then I'm just
My
literally bored.
You stare at the walls
Yeah.
like.
my poop app is Magic Piano. It really is. It's not even Twitter anymore. It used to be.
Just imagining Jay goes to the bathroom and you just hear. But it's
You
like
do.
all, like,
You do.
muffled.
I'll play it right now.
Hey, we're working right now, Jay. Stop
I'm
playing.
working too. I don't know what your problem is.
Jay's gonna play you guys a little.
I've got, I don't know, 8 years experience on this app.
Yeah,
He does.
Well, and IRL actual piano too. Like you used to play, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's cheating.
I always thought that as like a Dance Dance Evolution for your fingers.
It is. That's
That's
exactly
basically what it is.
Yeah, my wife approves.
He's played Magic Piano so much that every song on his phone is like 3-starred.
Every song in.
Like he's run out of songs to play on Magic Piano.
Well, I do the community ones now.
Yeah.
Some of them
Oh,
are really
yeah.
good. Some of them are really bad. I just upvoted ones. the
Because
ones that
it's
are-
like anybody can chart it, right? So
Yeah.
then sometimes the chart sucks because
Well, all these Hamilton songs are showing up because I've been playing Hamilton. Like, so one of the things we like to play with the kids is like either name that Disney song, or with my oldest, it's like name that pop culture song or the Hamilton song.
and then you get to play it, which
yeah,
is
I get to
cool.
play
That's
it,
awesome.
and then she gets to name it. So
Yeah, that works.
But anyway, she's over there singing in the background now. If you guys hear randomness in the
Alexander
background, it's just my
Hamilton.
my daughter. Pokemon Go. How do you play Pokemon Go in the bathroom though?
Oh, that on bathroom, it's YouTube.
But
I was
this is
trying-
disappointed face.
Well, what?
That's the only time he watches our face. That's his opinion of it.
I have to see your face. I have to see.
No, my
I
channel's
have
not
to see
even
your
worth.
face at home and at work, dude. So
Yeah. No. I trust me. I absolutely positively would not expect you to watch this channel ever.
why? It's fun to look back and see if my previous embarrassments, like flying into the.
Not much has changed.
Under the tunnel. Well,
Jeez.
it's
Everything's the
like,
same.
It's like a live photo album for me.
I should go back and bookmark when what's his face was trying to make you eat the sardines.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
Because it's just like I view our channel kind of as like reference material. You know what I mean? If somebody asks me a question and I know we've answered it in a video, I like how I can just go back and grab it. But also, I can also go back at any time and watch Jay do that because sardines was opened in front of him.
I inhaled whiskey. Oh. That's good stuff.
We didn't throw you vape.
I don't drive a Subaru.
Cheers to your inhaling of whiskey. I can't even talk anymore. I'm only like 3 seconds in.
Inhaler of whiskey.
You gotta sip it.
Don't tell me how to drink my drink, sir.
The ice was.
All right. What? Okay. What do you think the weirdest app on like an unexpected app on your phone would be?
Did we do this before?
No.
Did we? No. That was the channels we're sub to.
Oh yeah.
That's a tough one.
Drone on my phone is a pretty expected one.
Drone on my phone.
Wait,
It's
there's
little
a drone
sim.
app?
Yeah, it's a drone sim. But the thing is, like, I didn't pay the in-app purchase to unlock the FPV functionality, so I was like, oh, this is lame because line of sight sucks.
I haven't really loaded many apps on here yet, just because it's still a kind of new phone.
Yeah, I'm not sure anything on my phone would really qualify as weird.
I mean, there's my barbecue app, like the Bluetooth probe.
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
So Nick knows when he's done.
Sorry, I'm a
When
very
you,
mature person.
when you put the probe in, does it sound like this?
Gross.
No, gosh.
Oh, you're dry.
What meat is he putting?
It's a grill. I have a grill temp probe.
Oh,
I had way too much whiskey too fast. It's like
you're
11
drinking. You're
minutes
drinking
in.
whiskey.
Yeah, I'm drinking scotch. Scotch whiskey.
Oh, you actually brought your own this time.
Yes.
You've been smooching off us for like 3 weeks now.
It's in the don't get.
I said
effing
smooching.
caught.
You've been smooching off of us.
Smooching? Gross.
No, I mean, I think Snapchat would be a weird one to actually see on my phone. I don't even.
But you just use it for the filters.
Yeah, with my daughters. I don't even like. I've never even posted anything on
Which, like, side note, as a VFX artist, the Snapchat filter technology is
getting good.
freaking amazing. Like, the fact that it can do that reliable tracking in real time and modifying, like, your face and stuff is...
Okay, this app here that says Weight Gurus, my wife put that on there. Not because she's like, you're fat, you need to...
It's just like, yeah, it's like buying somebody a scale, right?
It's because-
it's a loaded gift.
My wife bought her own scale, thank you very much. And it's a smart controlled one, and she put it on my phone. I think it's maybe a subliminal message,
Oh,
maybe.
is that a scale? It's
Yeah,
a
Weight
scale.
Guru is
Oh.
like... It's an app that attaches to the scale, but it's one of those scales that will also like do BMI,
Yeah, just like
and fat percentage
yeah,
and all that
with
sort
like
of
the
stuff.
little electrode pads and stuff.
Yeah, but I have a fear of scales ever since the Wii Fit board. When I stood on it, and it goes, oof.
Understandable.
Yeah.
It's kind of mean though, like the fact that they programmed that in.
Nintendo fat shamed me.
Did she
Yeah.
put it on there to get you to use the scale too, or?
To be honest, I don't even remember how it got on here. She might have done it without me knowing. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know.
It's just your phone was closer, so she just grabs your phone to connect to the scale.
I use a different scale than she does.
Would you say it got installed around the same time you got the CIA cup?
I need a
Why would
freight
the CIA
scale.
spy on his weight though? Like what info does that?
The CIA should already know my weight, okay?
Google does. Apple does. Facebook does.
Yeah, no, there's nothing really
At
weird.
this point, Epic Games does too. And Ubisoft,
We still have the backwards voice recorder on here because
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were like, let's talk backwards.
Oh, the voice jammer.
which is an insane
backward-
video.
backwards.
That's
You-
an insane video by Smarter Every Day. If you guys haven't watched it,
You record something and it'll just play backwards. And then you can
And then you
learn
try
how to
to
talk
talk
backwards.
backwards and then
like
record
I
it.
can say my name backwards. It sounds really weird when I reverse it, but I can say my name backwards.
Okay.
Why do I have to
it's
demonstrate?
like Nosage.
Yeah, I'll demonstrate.
Yeah, just demonstrate it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Saj. Don't give me an ad. Hold this ad playing because I don't want to play. I don't want to pay for it.
That should be a tech rant. Just freaking
Just like
ads.
Here we go. Here we go.
Jasign.
Oh,
Jasign.
Wait, no, try that again. Try that again. Yeah, Saj.
Jasign.
Jasign.
No, it's Nosage because
No, hold
Jason.
Nosage.
Well, Jason.
Nosage.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Nosage.
Schneesan.
Almost.
Hey!
It's with like a Chinese accent,
Yeah,
but
Jason.
Jason.
But hey, it works.
Schneesan.
whatever. Wait, here we go. Here we go. One more time.
Nick would just be
Yeah,
kin.
Sage.
Schneesan.
Whatever, I give up.
Wait, try kin.
Kin?
Yeah.
Am I gonna get in trouble?
No, because
No,
Nick.
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 Kin.
Kid. Wait. Here we go. Kin.
Nicht.
Nick. Nick.
Just makes you sound drunk.
Bring me a drink, Nick. It sounds German. Nick.
That
Nick.
sounds almost like Reek from Game of Thrones.
How do you wait? Hold on. Nick.
En.
Oh, I see. It's like
Oh, you have to hold the N longer.
Nick. Oh wait.
And
Why are you going?
I don't know.
It's a regular C.
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Man.
I can't breathe in when I talk like that. Because that's really what's happening, you know.
What?
It's the air is going back
yeah,
in. Dude, whatever.
The air is going back in.
Yeah. You have to suck the word back in, otherwise you're not doing it right.
get sucked.
Jason, Nas.
I would like to apologize for this week's show already.
I would not.
Oh, I forgot to mention. It's probably an important time to mention. This is literally the last day for the giveaway. It's tonight at midnight Pacific California time. Pacific California? Not the Eastern California. The Pacific California.
South California or North California?
Do we have Eastern California?
Yeah, it's called Barstow.
Is it
Needles, California time.
East-west side only.
East side, west side.
The east side of the west side.
Anyway, you guys can find a link down in the description below where literally today is the last day to sign up. Don't ask me when I'm going to announce the winner. It'll be announced when it's announced, probably tomorrow. Okay?
Oh, that brings us to our next topic. When are you going to announce the winner?
giveaway? When are you going to do your giveaway?
That's a great segue.
It's like when are you going to do giveaway?
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, I have time killer apps on my phone. Like, we have the Heads Up app for we're at Disneyland or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Which we went to Disneyland Wednesday, by the way. That was an interesting experience. It did a really good job at the whole physical distancing thing. The lines went fast. I didn't see any, nothing was confusing.
That almost kind of sounds like a dream, like Disneyland without like crazy crowded lines and stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, based on the color craps or whatever that we're currently in, I was going to say shits, but there's no guns here, so I can say that now. But now I just said take a drink, and that's fine. I want a drink.
I'll drink too.
The equalizers are not on here, so we don't. Nick's like, oh man, he's like muscle memory
I
shooting
need a
me.
weapon.
Leave it in there. So anyway,
It's like Ray and Kylo Ren trying to grab the lightsaber at the same time. It's just like, give me a gun. No. What do I do?
no, they did a really good job at separating the lines, and things went fast. Even though the lines looked long because they were all like 6 feet apart in line, right?
Did it actually feel less crowded?
Everywhere except to Fantasyland, where all the kids' rides are, because that's where everybody was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But no, the rest of the park. I mean, we did Rise of the Resistance, which was an amazing ride. All that sort of stuff. So it was fun to kind of get out and get a sense of normal. But the current color code or whatever that Anaheim or Orange County is currently in allowed for, I believe, 50% capacity.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's actually fairly crowded.
Well, considering they consider capacity, the total capacity of both parks, like combined,
Oh,
they could all be at Disneyland that time.
They don't
You know
make
what I
a
mean?
distinction between the two parks.
No, only when you go in. When you go in, you have
Yeah.
to say, like, I want to go into Disneyland or California Adventure first. And then at 1 o'clock, the hopper turns on.
But the city doesn't care. You know what I mean? It could have 50% of both parks, but then all of them, like
well,
you said, are in
I would
Disneyland.
say that the county, it's more the county. I would say the county
yeah.
cares, but I'm not sure how much people are paying attention, to want to know the truth. Like when I went to Vegas the weekend before
it's-
last, it was like pretty obvious that.
But that's Vegas, though. That city
So-
already doesn't care about anything, so...
But what I started to say is like the Heads Up app, which is basically just like the charades kind of an app, right? You okay, what's on my phone? You guys have to act it out and have to guess it, right? So I have a bunch of time killer apps like that, but mostly my phone is used for email, social media, and then all the smart home apps.
Yeah, same here. It's like smart home and smart home and comms.
do
and
emails get
stuff.
frustrating for you though? Because I don't like typing emails on here. I would rather go to my computer and type it out.
No, I've been doing emails for the business on my phone forever, since I started the business.
Yeah, I
So-
feel like I
That's
watch
fair.
Jay just kind of like whichever device is closest to him, he uses for the email because...
Yeah, but my emails are short and concise. I've got Brian who handles really the bulk of the email stuff.
Yeah.
He's the one that will write like the articulate FUs and stuff. But
yeah, you gotta translate it into suit.
The anger translator.
Basically.
yeah,
No, but it's a translator into suit speak because we don't speak. Well, James might because he was in corporate for a while, but I don't
hey,
speak suit.
you make me sound like a corpo.
Have you?
Yeah,
Have you
you freaking
That is why in Cyberpunk I went corpo. I was like, oh, I know the corporate life. We can do this. And then it all goes to hell right at the start. I'm like, oh, I'm in some nefarious
You're all
stuff here.
just like, oh, this was just like my old job.
I'm literally starting by espionage. Okie dokie.
No, Jay did not do espionage at his old job. People
No,
think that
in the game, Cyberpunk. In Cyberpunk. I have a CIA cup.
So you did do espionage. That's all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You plead
I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
You plead the fifth by drinking. That's hilarious.
Speaking of pleading the fifth, I don't know how this segues, but okay, so we've talked.
That's graceful as a real segue.
It's as graceful as those Segway fail videos.
Like the hoverboards.
Ow! Help me! I'm dying. Okay. No, we've talked about different jobs we've had in the past and stuff. So it got me to thinking. This is a tech lifestyle show. So this is kind of a three-parter. What jobs exist today purely because of the technology that we have, whether it be apps, mobile tech, right, wireless, whatever, right? What jobs no longer exist because of that tech, and what jobs can tech never replace? Now, I think to start this off, the conversation too, I actually did a college like career day where I was actually invited to speak to people that were considering going into the tech industry. And this was because of my YouTube channel, but it was also, I worked in IT and stuff long before that. And I had to basically explain to them, can somebody name a job right now that doesn't use tech? Like no tech whatsoever. It's just an archaic, barbaric job, right? And they couldn't name one that didn't involve tech. One guy was like, truck driver. I'm like, do you have any idea how much tech is in a semi-truck these days?
Like the only thing I can think of right now is like a glass blower. But even then, you're still really using a super high temperature oven and
well,
stuff.
The definition of tech really is just nothing more than a modern tool that provides you the ability to do something that a human can't natively do by itself. And so that really makes you think like, oh, so you can go into any career and be into tech. Like the example I used was, you're squeamish at the thought of blood, but you want to help surgeons be able to do their jobs. You design the robotic equipment, the laparoscopic tools. You develop the tech.
Or even those robots, like the full-on surgery robots
that the
and
people
stuff.
that don't throw up at the sight of blood create, right? Or use, I guess. So can anyone like, I mean, Uber comes to mind, right? There's more personal taxi.
A job that like only exists because of a technological advantage.
Uber couldn't exist without smartphones and an app.
Yeah, for sure.
Period.
And like a reliable broadband internet connection, like that's blankets entire cities.
Yeah, and I think there's
or countries.
such a system involved in the background of making just a basic app work, right?
Yeah, because I mean, really, the internet is kind of like, if you want to talk about
that's the tool.
Yeah, that's the most basic. Like everything needs the internet now.
Yeah,
you know,
which is why
even things that don't need the internet, like refrigerators.
Well, which is why cyber attacks are such a big deal right now. Like what's going on with the pipeline?
That pipeline,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Fortunately, California gets its fuel from other places and then charges astronomical. Right now, our gas prices are still higher than the states affected by that. And we haven't gone up.
Yeah, and because of the and because of my hybrid, right? Like I refuel so like seldomly that I think gas was in the twos when I last refueled.
Oh wow!
I went and I was like, what
$4.
the heck? Like the pipeline's back open, guys. Like,
did they get it fixed? The ransomware.
I think after like day 8 or 9, they restarted the pipeline or something.
Because it was ransomware that took the system down, I believe.
Yeah.
Like DoorDash, Postmates, right? The same premise as like an Uber. The difference is that you're just taking something from somewhere to someone else.
I forgot
right?
You could kind of argue DoorDash though, because like, well, most places didn't deliver before DoorDash.
No, the point was if you wanted Chinese takeout, you had to call the Chinese place you wanted, and that's only if they did takeout.
Yeah.
And that's only if they delivered, right?
This streamlines it.
Well, this literally just tells you what restaurants are available in your area. You say, I want this, and then the person in the area accepts the delivery, picks it up for you, and brings it to you. So again, it's very much like Uber. It's just food. There's third parties involved, right?
Yeah, DoorDash and Postmates are like, it's like crowdsourcing the movement of the stuff to people. You know what I mean? Because there's always people that want stuff like, you know, that you want to order, but then it just like, we're going to give you a one-stop shop as a consumer, you know, here's all the stuff that we can deliver from, here's all the stuff that they can give you, and you just pick it, and then, you know, we handle the entire middleman section of it all.
So as somebody that's struggled with this weight my whole life, do you think Postmates and DoorDash and Snapmates or whatever other ones there are, right?
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. There you go.
No, actually,
do you think that's contributed to eating disorders and weight gain? And because it's about convenience, right?
I mean, I could track my because I have a Bluetooth weighing scale too, and it tracks my weight. And I bet you if I could graph my Postmates spending, it would just be an exact 1-to-1 correlation.
The line would at least be parallel to some degree.
Because like you order Postmates because you're lazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or just otherwise incapable of or unwilling to cook or get something healthier.
Let's say you want to order 1,000-calorie fast food, and that's probably a low-calorie fast food meal,
right?
It's
like a burger and fries.
Yeah, okay, 1,500 calories.
Yeah, there you go.
2,800 calorie Cheesecake Factory order.
Oh god.
That if you want a Cheesecake Factory, I gotta get dressed. I gotta put on my mask, right, for 2020 and forward.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
drive to the mall. I gotta park. I gotta hope the line's
and
not
our
an hour.
Cheesecake Factory parking
Sucks. Yes. And so it's like, then I gotta get out and wait an hour and then sit down. And I don't like people. I don't want to be in public, right? Ooh, I can just order it on my phone and it'll show up in an hour. So I can just go, watch whatever on my phone or play games and it shows up. So
And when I said you're ordering it because you're lazy, it wasn't like a bad thing. It was just kind of like a factual, like.
But that was
like,
a deterrent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. And so it's like the same argument that happened in the 70s when fast food started becoming a thing.
Oh right.
And then everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Like Super Size Me and that Michael Moore
when you don't
documentary
have
stuff,
to wait
right?
30 minutes at a restaurant to get food when you can just literally drive through
Right.
a thing.
So
and get food,
there is a
right?
same line that's drawn with the correlation of fast food convenience and drive-through specifically, because fast food existed long before McDonald's, but McDonald's started the drive-through.
Yeah.
And so the whole
Because they were
I
inspired
can-
by Ford or something, right? Like the whole assembly line style, like assembling all this stuff, and then
I didn't watch the latest movie about McDonald's with Michael Keaton and whatnot.
Oh, there's
but,
a new movie about it.
yeah,
Nice.
But
I'll check it out.
yeah, I didn't watch it, but I just know that I've watched these arguments before. As like I said, somebody that used to weigh 500 pounds.
Yeah.
It was just like interesting to watch people argue about why does a person get that big. And I can tell you right now, it was a couple of things. One, the convenience of fast food, just drive through. Two, once I had money, I had the ability to just go buy it with my parents. Can I have a double bacon cheeseburger? I'm gonna go buy 2 double bacon cheeseburgers because I'm a grown up,
Because
right?
I can. And maybe an ice cream cone with chocolate cover.
And if I want, I'm
Yeah.
stopping at Baskin Robbins on the way home.
Ooh, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like
I do miss the dipped cones though.
it became easy and convenient. So I'm kind of wondering if Uber Eats and the other Postmates type apps, if they're kind of creating the next generation of weight gain wave.
I feel at the same time it kind of deters it because after
It gets
depending-
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends where
Yeah.
you order it from too. Like if it's literally down the street, it's like, oh, I could save myself the extra $10 on delivery or whatever, or
Yeah.
the service
Ride a
fee.
bike down there
and
or,
I'll
like,
just walk
ride a
down
board.
and go
No,
get it.
you won't.
What?
No,
But he
you
said-
won't.
No, but
No,
he
but
said
I'm
he
saying-
could
but I
if he was a
could.
better
Yes,
person.
you could, but then you'd be like, oh, but I just want to play this next part of this game. Okay, fine, just deliver. And you leave it
No.
leave it on the doorstep. You
So
know?
I think it's like I don't think the app's existence itself like causes like a bunch of people to get fatter, but like knowing that human nature probably is going to lean towards laziness, then then that
Yeah.
facilitates it. But
It's
I
a-
don't think
it's
the app
a-
itself
it's
does.
a-
It's a gateway app.
Well, no, it's a
Yeah.
quote unquote.
It's a gateway app for getting fat.
It's a quote unquote crime of opportunity, if you will.
Yeah, it
right?
provides the opportunity.
It's the bait car argument. They wouldn't have stolen that car if you didn't park it there and leave it as an incentive, right?
Yeah.
And so the app could be the same thing.
But to be fair, I mean, you're not supposed to order like 5,000 calories for yourself.
So do we need the app to warn us? Like, that's an awful lot of food. Are you sure this is,
No, I think the humans should just be. It's on them to make good choices.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, I know.
mean, trust me.
That's what I'm saying. That's my thought. You know what I mean? If I want to make bad choices and get fatter, then I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, that's
you
on
know
me.
what I mean. The app doesn't have to.
I'm a
warn me.
grown up.
Yeah.
I can do that if I want to. But I'm just saying, like, so like the food delivery is definitely something that exists directly because of apps.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, technology. and
what's a
broadband.
job? What's a job that tech cannot replace? My guy, like we were talking about
Artistry?
this earlier. Do you say artistry?
Artistry.
I think you said archery.
Archery.
I was like, I bet a robot could shoot an arrow better and more consistent than a human.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen human like cyborgs with like prosthetic arms that can shoot an arrow better than average humans.
I was gonna go with first responders.
Yeah.
Law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics.
Anything that has to deal with with life and death situations where like the human still needs to make that decision.
Like you used the analogy earlier of iRobot.
Yeah, because Will
Right.
Smith's character hates robots because he got saved by a robot that calculated his chance of survival being higher than a little girl's. And he was like, no, you know what I mean? Because every other human would have made the choice, like, no, save the little girl because she has more of her life ahead of her than the dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even
But
if,
how can machinery, right? How can machinery make that emotional
Exactly.
decision? Because it can't.
Yeah.
You know, AI, it's artificial
Yeah.
intelligence, not artificial emotion, right? I don't want to tempt the future to prove me how emotional robots could potentially be,
Oh boy.
but
28 stab wounds. I don't know if you guys have played Detroit Become Human, but
I don't know. Do you think the whole like future medical robots could be a thing where they could just like scan you like
And then
he's not going to make it. Push it to the side.
Just like a conveyor belt with a sorter, just like, oh, you're
I
gonna
don't think a robot will ever be allowed to do triage. Like I think the robot will
a
be
human's
allowed.
going to have to make the decision.
The robot will be allowed to scan the human and tell you, here's the percentages, you make the decision.
So you can be
I
like,
don't think...
I estimate this human survival chance at 7%. Proceed. Are you sure? Proceed. Please confirm you want to proceed that
pretty
you're
much.
sure. Yes.
How many
We're
warnings?
wasting time.
I mean, that's why like way back when Isaac Asimov wrote all those robot stories, that like his 3 laws of robotics is actually really good, because the first one is like you're not allowed to, harm or through inaction allow a human being to come into harm. And I think that's a really solid first rule, because
Well, I think if movies have taught me anything, the robot eventually is going to go, but why?
But at the same time, well, actually, now that I think about it, though, that is the rule that caused that robot to save Will Smith's character over the girl, because it made that triage decision.
Yeah.
So it could still be problematic. But either way, I think robots should just never be allowed to make triage decisions. Like that should just be a ground rule.
It should be an assessment tool, not
Exactly.
a decision maker.
But what do you guys say on the other side of the coin? You have life saving, but you also have like unmanned drones and military and whatnot.
they're still manned.
Yeah,
yeah,
a human is
technically.
still pulling the trigger
Yeah,
at that point.
they're
So-
still manned.
so-
They're just remote.
But it doesn't give you a pop-up like, do you want to launch this bomb?
Because
Yeah,
because
because you're pulling
neither
the
does
trigger,
the
though.
plane that the guy's flying. So
Yeah, look at Jay's. It launches bombs upside down. It didn't
Yes.
say, "Are you sure you want to kill yourself?" It
yeah,
said,
and that's exactly what happened. Phil's referring to when I was flying the Warthog in DCS, and I was like, I wonder if I could launch my bombs when I'm upside down. And then they plinkoed on my wings and then blew up. I was like, yep, you can.
popped up and it was like beep, 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 and then his wings disappeared, and then I just see him going down.
That and opening the canopy. And
Oh
making
yeah,
flight.
it was like.
Because you were trying to find a different switch.
Yeah.
And then I just hear Jade and Scott be like, all the canopy's opening, and I'm flying formation next to him, and I just see the canopy like, pew! Like 300 miles
And then
an
the
hour.
plane started shuddering really bad.
It was probably your face getting buffeted.
Oh man.
That was so funny in VR.
But yeah, I mean the point though with the aerial drone is it's not autonomously. Oh, go find a target and come back when you're done. You know, it's not.
I know. I know.
Yeah, that would be the worst way to do it.
Tech-wise, I know the U.S. has been experimenting with actually unmanned or like autonomous wingmen for flying with actual human pilots.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. If the pilot has some sort of an override at that, if I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure the pilot still has to issue the fire
because I
order.
mean, isn't the main like so the Air Force flies the UA unmanned aerial
Yeah,
drones or whatever they're
UAVs,
called
yeah,
UAVs, but they're like in like Nevada flying via
remotely,
satellite
yeah.
like everywhere all over the world, right? So I guess what's the point of it being a wingman at that point? You have one less pilot up in the sky.
That and
No, I think he means wingmen for
It's-
a manned plane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if I'm a
you get,
a
like,
human,
the human controlled
Right.
plane, and then you get a robot controlled wingman to protect your six.
An autonomous one, not
An
a
autonomous
human
one.
flown.
So completely on its own.
I've watched a lot of documentaries about pilots saying that machinery and computers will never top the instinctive element of a human pilot. And I agree with that. And I think if I were a pilot, I would want another human up there with me, not a robot.
Not a robot wingman.
Also,
Yeah.
have you seen Tesla Autopilot? And that's
you-
just two-dimensional.
Have you seen the screenshots of the random blue screens at various weird, like the baseball games with the scoreboard and it's blue screened and
I mean,
like
there's that really good video. I don't know if we were watching it, but I remember seeing this guy put his Mavic in the air at a unprotected left turn intersection, and he was testing the beta for the autopilot. Just to give the debug data and stuff back to Tesla. And I swear, it probably must have tried to kill him like 5 times, like
Oh,
cutting
wow.
in front of traffic and stuff. But that's what he's doing the testing for.
Yeah.
It's like it has it on full debug logging, and it's logging everything.
cars,
everything. But yeah, it was
self-driving cars, and we were talking about this with my daughter the other day. Actually, we were driving to LA. I said self-driving cars will never be good enough until they can all talk to each other.
and they're all self-driving. Yeah.
Yes,
I
and they
think it's
can
gonna
all
have
say,
to-
"Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm going this place. Hey, traffic's slowing down ahead." So,
Yeah.
because that's what I was explaining, like the autopilot, the adaptive cruise control and stuff in cars, they respond to the car in front of them. And if the car in front of you is not paying attention,
Yeah.
smacks into that big rig that's stopped in traffic, guess what? You're probably going to also, because the auto braking is going to make up for a 70 mile per hour to 0 sudden stop.
Exactly. I mean, going back to iRobot, which is like arguably a bad movie, but
I got a story for you.
But remember when the car is driving, right? They're in the Audi and they're going like 200 miles an hour down the
Right.
freeway because it's all self-driving. Everyone can go 200 miles an hour. And then he's like, I'm taking manual control. The steering wheel pops out. She's like, what are you doing? I'm driving. really? Like
Yeah.
at this right now? And it's like, and I feel like that's going to be at that point when, if cars are just automated and for transportation like that,
Right.
yeah, it would be like, you'd be a crazy person to drive.
But I'll tell you right
car.
now, as we go a little over time on this topic, but I want to tell the story quick. I forgot to tell you guys, a couple weekends ago, my wife and I were driving down south a little bit to go visit Matt and whatnot, right? And I'm driving the AMG, and I have the adaptive cruise control on all the time.
It's basically the same as Tesla Autopilot. Like,
Yes.
it does. Yeah, it's lane keeping.
But
and
I
distance
don't just sit
keeping.
there and hold conversations and look at my phone. I pay attention like I'm driving.
Or in the backseat
because-
like that guy that got arrested twice.
and then went and bought another one and did it again.
another
They got
one.
arrested again.
So I pay attention to. I hate going from brake to pedal, brake to pedal. Brake to gas. My shin starts to hurt. So
First world
no, it's tall people problems. But anyway,
Oh yeah. Sucks.
so I'm driving along. We're doing about 75. Autopilot's on. Not autopilot. Excuse me. The adaptive cruise control's on.
Yeah.
And I see about 4 cars ahead of me. Suddenly, the back end of the car pops up real high, right? Because it's obvious he slammed on the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
The cars in front of me start slamming on their brakes, and the car ahead of the car in front of me, so 2 cars ahead, starts to go into the carpool lane to try and avoid, because it was obvious someone wasn't paying attention. Traffic stopped, and everyone was panic stopping. So the track experience driver in me automatically looks in my rearview mirror to see, is this guy behind me really close? How much brake pressure can I give so I can decide whether or not I need to panic stop, or can I try and buffer that distance between the car in front of me so he doesn't hit me?
Eat the buffer on purpose so that, yeah, exactly.
So I immediately start pushing the brake pretty hard, right? And I don't spike the brake. That's a lot of the track driving experience I have. I just apply firm pressure, gradual pressure, and the car is slowing down. And it's obvious, okay, I'm not going to hit the car in front of me, but I'm letting myself get pretty close because the guy behind me, suddenly his hood just goes woof and dips real hard. I'm like, okay, he's hitting the brakes real hard too. The crash intervention system in the AMG decided I wasn't stopping fast enough. So immediately the car just goes, the seatbelts go, and they tighten real hard, and then the seat scoots forward slightly and reclines slightly. So it changed our sitting, and it was fast. It was it did it real
but
quick.
It didn't modify your brake pressure.
No, it did.
It did.
A little bit more.
Okay.
It gave a little bit more, and
But
it
it
took.
also pre-crash prepped everyone in the
Yes,
car. That's
and
really
that's
cool.
when my wife was like, "Holy cow!" She's like, "The seatbelt tightened and the seat moved and the headrest changed." It was fast. The seat was zzz, real fast. It did it, and I remember the salesman telling me that the car has a crash detection system
pre-crash. They usually
that
call it
can
pre-crash
absorb up to 70% additional force feedback or force impact, and that was my first time experiencing it.
That's pretty cool.
But what I didn't like is the car also has an auto swerve function, and it wanted to auto swerve, which I overrode myself real quick because I felt the wheel start to pull right, and I was like, nope, we're not going over there because I don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
But I just thought that tech was neat. So
pretty cool.
as somebody that loves the visceral feeling of raw driving, it was nice to be like, okay, by the time my kids are old enough to drive, this stuff is something that's going to be in their car because I can feel a little safer knowing that the kids have something to pay attention when they're probably not, because that's the reality of it. Anyway.
Yeah, everyone always says don't text while driving, but everyone also texts while driving.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever had a phone during your driving years, you've done
Yeah.
it. I don't believe you if you say you haven't.
But you can also tell who's on the phone when you drive too.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
that's just that's your decision to be dumb.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it was kind of an interesting feeling because we've all slammed on the brakes before and had that slack in the steering in the seatbelt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
But to have it literally yank you back into the seat was a really cool feeling.
yeah, that's awesome.
So
It's like an
Yeah, because normally those are just pyrotechnics that go off at the moment of the crash.
Right.
So you're already off the seat braking.
yeah, and
ideally.
it gets you in the optimum sitting position.
Yeah.
To be able
And
to.
that's why you get a bruise, not only from the impact.
lot of the
but also
times
because
people
the
are-
seatbelt just yanks you back.
A lot of the
really
times
hard.
people are injured in car accidents because of their sitting position. And their seatbelt might be a little too light. So they're like, I want it off my shoulder.
Yeah,
so
they're
they'll
too
loosen it.
reclined. Yeah.
Yeah, they're too reclined. Feet up on the dash. We've all seen those people that drive with passengers' feet are on the dash. It's like, dude.
Yeah, there's an airbag right there.
There's
It's gonna
you're
go
gonna
off
you're gonna knee yourself in the face.
at 200 miles an hour because that's how fast they deploy.
Anyway.
It's all bad. So, aside from car crashes, what's something that you haven't tried that's probably out of left field that you do want to try? Because
100-mile-an-hour crash.
200 mile an hour crash. I already tried 100 mile an hour, whatever. No, I'm kidding.
You guys really want to try that?
But I mean, I was thinking, okay, so completely out of left field, out of the blue, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I think I might have mentioned it before on a different podcast, but I still want to like learn how to shoot an arrow. Like I want to do archery because that just sounds like
I'll be shooting for my own hand.
I watched what movie?
That was a Brave.
I almost said Meredith too.
It's Brave.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but I don't know. It just feels like it's like I love experiencing like the origin of things. Like when I took film photography in college, like I loved that because it was like this is what led to video, right? You know what I mean? Like just capturing an image on something that visceral, and like a bow and arrow just seems like, oh yeah, this is what we did before
Gunpowder.
guns. Before explodey things.
Bows and arrows, the OG bullets.
Yeah. And like I don't know, it just seems cool that like, and again, I guess it's a form of technology, right? Technically, it's on a tech tree.
Yeah.
In like Age of Empires or whatever, but
I think it counts.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool that we figured out, like, let's just take some sheep intestine and then string it really tightly and then dry it out and then put it on a piece of wood that's like that. And then make smaller, sharp pieces of wood.
I could see it now in 6 months. Sorry, guys. Phil's leaving the channel. He joined the Renaissance Fair.
I don't know how they'll like my drone, though. I don't think that's paired correct.
What is this black magic?
He's being burned at the stake now for witchcraft.
Yeah, he saw me with the goggles on. I'm like, dude, in chainmail and goggles.
Oh my
Like,
god.
my
what is
gosh.
Phil doing?
I could see it.
Hobbies?
FPV jousting.
Well, if steampunk could,
Jousting's already FPV. You're looking through your own eye.
oh my gosh, Nick. There's not autonomous jousting.
Yet.
There's
Although-
there's not line of sight jousting.
That's how Boston Dynamics should decide which of their robots survives to the next round. Is they have to like
Joust.
Atlas versus Osimo have to joust? Although Atlas is doing backflips.
Did you
and
see
stuff
that
now.
robot dog made it into police like service?
Oh yeah. It's is it technically a K9 unit?
I don't know. Does it have rights?
It's a K10 unit.
I won't start the does it have rights argument because that's like.
Well, they're also not ready yet because they're not sentient yet. So
But I mean, yeah, the whole idea of robot rights, right?
yeah.
I personally want to do a wheel-to-wheel race. I've done lots of racing,
But
right?
it's mostly time attack.
It's all time attack.
It's
type
all
stuff.
time attack style, yeah.
Or just HPDE. But
So for the people that aren't in the know, time attack just means whoever has the fastest lap wins that segment or whatever.
yeah, and you're
But
not supposed to
You're
directly
racing for
battle.
time, not each other.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're not supposed to directly battle the other cars.
Which, if you've been to like one of those like K1 style go kart places, that's
They're also
exactly how
time
they go.
attack. It's just they're also bumper cars. So
Yeah, they're time attack, but also regular people in high performance like
Depending-
wheeled things.
Yeah.
Depending on the
equals-
group that you're in, you may or may not just get ran
it's like
over by
anytime the
everybody.
Nissan Challenge group or like you and I, we'd all get together. It's like all of us plus two randos. We're like, oh, these guys are going down.
Yeah, or the two randos just cause all the accidents.
Yes.
'Cause they're going like they're too scared.
You know how
so
many
they're going-
times I passed the same rando in the same lap twice? I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, in the same session, you're like,
No, the same lap.
Oh,
I've had
you've done that?
It's usually like a guy and a girl on a.
20-second lap. Oh, okay, yeah.
It's
okay,
usually like a
makes
guy and a girl on a lap or something, right? Or
Yeah.
on a date. And then usually it's like I pass them and I guess they crash and they get going again, but I pass them again before I've like come all the way back around to the finish line for the second time. It's like, wait, how did I lap you twice?
In my perfect judgy world, if you crash a K1, they should take your real license away. Because it's like, dude, you can't even handle 3 horsepower. Like,
you can't handle going to a turn too wide. Like, why should we put you back on the actual road?
I got freaking T-boned a K1 so hard, my cart's number plate flew off. I probably should have gone to the hospital for like whiplash because I was really sore the next day. But yeah,
But you signed the waiver, so.
Yeah, I signed the waiver.
Yeah,
The dude got mad at me too. He's like, bro, and I was like, really?
you did it. You did it for the gram.
Dude.
No, I want to do wheel to wheel racing though because
Yeah.
that's being able to drive the perfect line or put down the perfect lap to be able to get the best time is one thing, but doing it in traffic when the other guy is trying to block you and
Yeah, I was gonna say, then you have
Yeah.
actual tactics of like attacking, defending, and
Right.
all that sort of stuff that goes on with real heads-up racing.
baiting is an important thing too. Let me rephrase.
Go
let me
and bait.
Go away.
let
I'm
me,
baiting.
let me rephrase this.
You do that while wheel-to-wheel racing.
He's
Interesting.
driving one-handed. the whole
Luring
time.
other people into a trap on track is also an important
He's
thing.
shifting a stick, but he doesn't. He's driving a DSG.
Wow. Demonetized.
What? I'm
think-
just stating.
I went to the comment section for that one.
It's just exploding.
I don't know.
Oh, they're still on witchcraft. They're delayed.
They're really delayed. Holy
It's
cow.
Filipino. Yes, they named the country after me. All 7,100 islands.
Are there 171 islands in the Philippines?
7,100. 7,100 and something.
How many of them are occupied?
A bunch of not occupied ones. They're all like, I mean, they count like.
I mean, couldn't some be like the size of this room?
Yeah, the size of this table. It pops up over the ocean. Oh, cool, another island. It's ours. Like,
We're growing.
yeah.
Soon we will take over the world.
I've been to an island in the Philippines where it was literally like my uncle's house and like 2 other neighbors. And just docks.
That's pretty dope, actually.
It was pretty cool. It was also like super
I've
not
never been
civilized.
I've never been to the Philippines.
Philippines. It's really hot and humid.
Activity I still want to try would be a 3-gun competition.
Oh, like go full John
really?
Wick.
Yeah, like full John Wick. Like,
I've seen the way that you
Yeah,
hold the
shoot.
Nerf gun. You already do.
Nick's too tactical for us.
You were doing like the like we were doing Marco Polo before we even started this
Yeah,
stream.
he's always like
he's always like
relock. Like, let's go. But I mean, honestly,
check.
I do it in VR all the time because it feels
even if
really
he's
cool.
blindfolded.
Yeah.
Well, I could. Well, you gotta like for ears too, dude.
You have to be ready for every.
Do you see have to look through your ears?
Yes, that's.
Wait.
If you cut off one sense, all your other senses become amplified. I'm just gonna roll with
Nick
it.
is a dolphin
Just rolling with it
confirmed.
right now.
Sir, that takes time.
Nick is a dolphin confirmed. He just echolocates his threat.
That takes time because if what you just said is true, every time you blink, your hearing suddenly gets strong for a split second.
Yeah, then just close your eyes, dude.
Nick in a gunfight, just like. Ah! Oh, he's right there.
Oh, the echolocation.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
I'm echolocating.
He's like this. He's like. He's a beluga whale.
Dude, those guys playing that drinking game are screwed. This happened to be.
Oh,
the
I'm sure they
funniest
already
topic.
got taken to the ER for alcohol poisoning a while
Yeah.
ago. Probably in the first 15 minutes of the show.
Get a better liver.
Print one. Oh, there we go.
Pretty soon, right?
3D printing.
Yeah.
That's what I want to get into.
There you go.
The irony that you broke your drone and it wasn't the frame.
I know, because we couldn't. That would have been the excuse for Jay to get a 3D printer.
Proof that the frame was actually
Oh,
durable.
so I can buy a printer so he can benefit from
Well,
it.
yeah, and then
What?
we can print other things. I don't know what you want to print, so I was gonna try. I was thinking,
that rubbery material?
1 5-inch drone later.
Do they got that squishy TPU true skin?
No.
I'm taking a drink after that
Oh
one.
no! Talk about demonetized.
I don't care anymore.
Too money, too time.
There's no sponsor on this episode.
Yeah.
This episode's sponsored by Adam and Eve. Why are you laughing over there?
Hey,
That shouldn't make any sense to you, kid.
Wow. You just incriminated yourself.
oh jeez. Your wife's gonna text
She
you right now. What are you
cackled.
Busted.
what are you
No,
subjecting our
the
children
wife set a play date with my youngest daughter, so
Oh.
she ain't watching. I'm safe.
to? Nice.
Until she's like, let's watch your podcast. I'm like, nope, it didn't record. Something happened.
You hit the button right now.
Damn. Wrong one. There you go.
Oh, somebody was like, "Has Jay ever hit the correct button the first time?" And I was like, "No."
I don't think so.
You've done an applause once.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got it
2
now.
times.
Yeah.
They also suggested that I should just change the order every time before we start.
They come with a little overlay thing that you can dry erase marker on them to label them. But
Yeah, I know, but then randomize the order every time, so you always get it wrong.
that's loud. Sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Jeez.
So 3-gun is really what you want to try?
Yeah, I really want to try 3-gun.
But I don't think that's
I'd
really
love
out
to
of the
see you
blue.
I'd love to see you versus like that 12-year-old girl.
Oh, I get smoked. I know that.
I mean, she's like what 20 now, but still.
I mean,
I think like the experience alone will be fun.
yeah, but like, okay, I don't know, more out of the blue, because 3D print. Well, I guess 3D printing is pretty. It's not really that.
You know, the funny thing is, I don't want to do it because I'm like, I don't want to spend $3,000 on a good printer. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but
Ooh,
like
drones.
well, and also like a medium printer is like $200.
No, I won't spend the money on a crap one.
Okay.
No, it's going to be like, you know,
High-end.
it's top of the line. That's it.
Is it gonna
If
be
I'm
one
going to
of
do it, I'm going to do it
That's
once.
why it's gonna be $3,000.
We talked about this.
Like the resin printers.
Oh
in
yeah,
fact-
yeah. You
in
do
fact-
the float, like the resin pool printer.
I've been
Jeez.
getting a ton of emails from different like FPV stores, and apparently that FPV drone video we did has been shared with a bunch of like the manufacturers and stuff. Because I've got so many emails of people literally want to be like, try our drone, and Phil's over here like,
Me
Well, no.
too.
but
Well, and also,
well, because you just broke yours, so of course.
and also, I'm scared. Like, don't send a 5-inch to Jay because no, I'm
Yes,
scared.
send a 5-inch to Jay.
We're
Wait,
all gonna
a
die.
5-inch drone. Send a 5-inch drone to
No,
Jay.
he wants the other 5-inch.
And the 10-inch.
Hey, I did it.
Hey.
Oh, no, that's the intro.
Jesus.
That one.
There, yeah.
Stop pushing buttons. You're not allowed to push buttons.
I want to push buttons.
not your
No,
job.
but one of the emails was talking about like they sell drones and 3D printers designed specifically
To
for
make the
drone
for stuff. Yeah.
Which
That's pretty smart.
yeah, if we break a frame or something, right? That'd be awesome.
But it'll also be a small 3D printer because drones are usually small.
yeah, but I need a big 3D printer because if I'm gonna get one, it's gonna be big enough to make the custom stuff I want to do for our case mods
Like if you want to do a whole side panel or something.
or things to at least put on the side panel, right?
Oh,
So like
yeah.
if I wanted to do another like Star Wars theme, then I could actually have like the little like tubes.
So
and
like
stuff,
maybe
you
like
know?
something big enough to fit like what, a GPU box or something.
Yeah, for sure. At least that
That's
size.
a pretty big printer. but
Well,
yeah,
I think
no,
some of the
makes
print
sense.
beds are like 15 by 15 and can go up like 20. That's a huge print bread. Print bread.
bread?
Print your bread. No, they have chocolate 3D printers. They have chocolate printers. Yeah, they can print like sculpted chocolate and then you can eat it.
So you got to get the ultimate super lazy fat and Postmates a chocolate 3D printer to yourself so you can print chocolate straight
That's
in
like
your
the
mouth.
next level of fondue machine. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Fondue.
I'm going to 3D print the strawberry, but out of
That-
chocolate.
Rapid fondue prototyping.
What'd you say?
Rapid fondue prototyping.
Oh.
Because that's what 3D printing
So we're
is.
gonna make a mini whoop out of like or tiny whoop out of chocolate.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's only like 3 seconds and then melt, and then it just like,
Yeah.
explodes. I mean, you saw the. I taped all the motors to like literally 2 plastic forks, and that flew.
Yeah.
Because I was
That's pretty
joking with my
good.
friends, you can make a quad out of anything. You just strap 4 motors onto something that'll hold them.
Yeah, the PCB is gonna level itself no
Yeah,
matter what.
exactly.
Just don't make the PCB all crooked.
True.
What if it's all like a 45-degree angle?
And also, don't install your PCB into the ground at 30 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is an even week, right? Even week?
It's a rant
Yes.
week. It's a
a
hate
rant
week.
It's a rant week. So we got some rants, things that just grind our
Circuit boards.
gears,
Or circuit boards.
grind our circuit boards
Short our circuit boards.
with water,
Short our circuit
with dewy water on grass.
Dewy water grass.
You're just mad you didn't send it into the ground before me.
No, I think your guys' morning dates at the park is cute.
Thanks.
It's amazing. I love it. The bromance, it's real. I'm glad you both found someone.
You're really stuck on that. Like, you sound so jealous. That's like the 5th time you brought it up.
You're
to
probably
me.
like, oh,
I was with my wife this morning. What is there to be jealous of?
We didn't send pics. That's why I
because
was
our
like,
relationship. Duh. We all know you're jealous of it.
It's all right. Nick's hobby of the month. Next month he'll find something else and he'll leave you.
That's fine.
Use them while you can. What's your rant there, Nick?
well, it was going to be about.
Is there a new topic?
Crappy bosses.
Oh, my rants.
No, it really kind of sucks because that unemployment benefit really sort of ran out. So
Wow.
you don't get the extra 300 anymore.
That's okay. I have stockpiles.
Jay's
Oh
been
my
like
gosh.
super
What?
like
Who hurt you this week?
Yeah,
to,
I know,
like-
really. No, like seriously, Jay has actually.
want to talk about it.
Jay's like legit been a dick this whole day, and I'll drink because I said dick.
Crashes my drone off the job and then gets like roasted while on the job.
Because you brought it here. The first thing you did when I walked in was fixing your drone.
I was yeah.
This was with an I fix it kid.
I do like that at company space on company time with company tools, you're trying to fix your shit. Good job. I have to drink now.
Oh my god.
I'm literally out of alcohol. That's how much I've been drinking.
Wow.
Yeah, me too.
So tell me, what grinds your gears?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Was it drones?
Actually, you made Nick sad.
I have hurt feelings right now.
Press
But
F in chat for Nick's feelings.
no, okay, what grinds my gears are movie trailers that literally give away the good parts of the movie. So when you get to the theater and watch the movie, it's meh because you saw all the good parts.
So is that
already.
because it's like a
It's like a highlight reel.
no? What I mean is like it's a blockbuster hit. It's a main studio with a main publisher, or whatever, right? And then they have like 6 different versions of the trailer, and by the time you've seen all 5-minute trailers, you've seen like the whole story almost.
No, the
Yeah.
one version of the trailer spoils everything. Like that's like every modern movie trailer now. and It's dumb.
What trailer did that for you? Can you name one?
Recently would be the Hitman's Bodyguard's wife. It's the new one with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I forgot they made.
They announced a sequel. but-
Okay, I was like, I've seen the first one, but I didn't know
Yeah.
they're making a second one.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I'm like, well, they kind of just blew it already because they had like it looks like all the good scenes already in that trailer the announcement trailer.
I guess an example too is like if there's a movie, it's episodic, right? And someone died previously, and then in the trailer they show like someone turns around and it's a guy that's already died. You're like, well, they just gave it away that he's back. I mean, and then like, but you don't know how he came back.
Yeah.
Well, that was like, was it the last Skywalker?
Oh, Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker. Then when
With the Emperor.
Yeah, when the Emperor was in the trailer, like, oh, great. Well, that's a big blow up for me, you know?
Oh yeah, you're right. I
Yeah.
totally forgot they just announced.
Well, it's at the
Palpy.
end. He's just at the end. He's like, ah, ah, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
But it's like, you know how much cooler that reveal would have been if it was in the movie theater?
But I think part of it was maybe Disney was realizing like, oh crap, we kind of screwed this franchise a little bit, so we need to do something to bring the hardcore old schoolers back. I don't know, let's bring back Darth Sidious.
That's but also reveal him in the trailer so that they know he's coming back.
That's why I'm saying. Do you think if they hadn't revealed him, do you think as many people would have gone to see it?
Well, that just makes me think every movie like studio that does trailers that spoil the plot of the movie, that's exactly what they're thinking. Is like, we'll just reveal all the cool stuff in the movie so people will want to go see the cool stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's
been trailers. Yeah, there's been trailers that I've looked at. Like, I'll just go to like movietrailers.com and stuff, right? And I'll look, and sometimes I'm like, why is this trailer 7 minutes? You know, it's like, okay, I'm just not gonna watch that one. You know, no, I get it. And what I hate too, like to piggyback on that, is when the studio will make the trailer plot something that didn't happen.
Oh, Pixar does that all the time.
And they also will show deleted scenes in the trailer.
But Pixar does that on purpose so that they don't spoil the things, like a lot of the things in the movie. So
perfect example, Deadpool. Terry Crews was in Deadpool.
yeah.
Right? Deadpool 2, I think it was.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Deadpool 2. But he had like a 60-second cameo. But in the trailer, he was like, like shooting and doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then later, he was just like into a bus, right? That was it.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, that's literally his whole scene. But he even talked about it later, like he felt bad about it because he teased he was going to be in it, but he knew all along
that the
trailer was a spoof. He knew the trailer wasn't true.
Yeah.
Like he knew that, and he brought it, and he apologized. People like, I'm sorry if you're expecting to see me. You know, it's just the way it was. But they did not cut him out of the movie. That was shot for the trailer only. Mm-hmm. But it makes it look like he's fighting when all he did was jump out of an airplane into a bus.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a spoiler alert. The movie is years old. We are way past the statute of limitations on spoilers.
For sure.
Sure.
So, I mean, that just sort of bugs me. When
also, Jesus dies in the New Testament.
Oh, man. I was almost to that part.
Bruh.
I'm still at the flood. Jeez. I haven't even gone there yet.
Is it right at the start?
It's right at the start. Depends on which sequel you read.
Oh, I like the King James version.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man,
that's like the Quentin Tarantino version of the Bible.
When you want to read in 35 millimeter film,
but there's blood squibs and everybody.
Oh no! I'm going somewhere so bad.
I'll repent later.
Crucify this.
Jesus turns into Rambo.
He just breaks the cross and pulls guns out of his mouth.
That sounds like a Family Guy version of Jesus.
It'd be amazing.
Instead of the Hateful Eight, the Forgiven 12.
That's a VFX shot I want to do.
Well, you know what really grinds my gears is that they took that movie and shot it in portrait mode. Are we not? No, just the Jesus Rambo movie. Oh. Guys, you're watching this right now on a device or a TV or a computer. Are you watching it like this or are you watching it like this? Stop filming this way. This is not how you film a video. Maybe if you want to send it to like World Star Hip Hop, okay, fine.
But even then, it's still annoying there because the World Star videos are landscape.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
oh my! Do you go to the movie theater and is the screen vertical? Or is it horizontal?
I'm just putting on 3D glasses and then going, perfect.
I'm so sick of it. It's like we are 20 years in. No, okay, fine. 13, 14 years into the smart device, right? Yeah. So the Droid and the BlackBerry and all that stuff outdates the iPhone. But the iPhone made it a more of a multimedia device.
Well, I just thought about it. Even more basic. Which way are your eyes oriented?
Some people, I swear, their eyes are up and down. I'm telling you.
It's just literally like one eye here, then one eye here.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like I see people literally filming like this, and it's like, what is wrong? Why are you stupid?
Do you remember the flip cam? Like
yes,
the
I had one.
yeah.
I started my YouTube on one.
Yeah, and like I don't know if that gave people the habit of holding the device like this because
But it was still
I know,
landscape.
But people weren't paying attention to the screen. They're just holding the device like this
Yeah.
and then putting the thing they're filming into a box, right? So I think now they're just so used to holding the thing like this. Especially camcorders too. You hold them kind of vertically, right? Like with your hand.
Oh, look,
vertical.
that's where your hand goes.
Yeah, I know, but because this is awkward. But it's like, yeah, just do this. But you know,
Not awkward.
What if manufacturers started to rotate the camera to record it in landscape?
So it's like a
mode?
little bubble leveled camera. So it's just like wobbling in there. So it's always
Whoa!
turning.
I mean, dude, if they're already doing IS,
yeah.
just add a third axis and then.
And then what
even
I
when
would
you
love
shoot
for
it
them,
like this,
no,
it'll
what I would
still-
love for them to do is if they have a lock camera mode and you have it like that and you hit record, be like, are you sure you want to record this stupid way?
And the buttons should say no and no.
Yeah. No. It'll say yes, and then we hit yes. It says confirm stupid user, and then let you record.
But it'll take a selfie first.
It takes a selfie and superimposes you pushing the yes button.
Or maybe if it just grays out the record button until you put it at the angle.
So for the people in the audience that missed out on the flip camera thing, it was a device that you held in portrait, but the sensor was oriented landscape, so you could hold it comfortably while still filming landscape.
The one thing that bothers me more than people that film in portrait are people that switch to landscape mid recording. So the whole thing's like,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not like the phone can re-render. Like, you can't change the orientation of the pixels in a video in the middle of a video. Like, that just devices don't support that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
the
one really
display-
gets me. That one really gets me.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. Like, I think it's on my mind because we were at Disneyland Wednesday, like I said, and I
Oh,
saw
you
a
saw
lot of like,
somebody I'll piggyback off that.
stuff, you know.
What if they're filming on an iPad? That's even dumber looking.
The only
Fortunately, I
time,
don't see as many of those anymore, but I see it.
the only time I've seen
portrait
that,
iPad.
I've only seen the iPad usage like at graduations. Like
Yeah.
when someone's grandma comes out and
but
she's
the
holding
worst-
the tablet.
The worst is they're holding it like this. And you're like, no, you're doing both of them now.
You're holding an iPad a stupid way.
Like, at least if you're going to film with a stupid device, don't hold it stupid too.
What grinds your gears, Phil?
Software updates, stupid Adobe and NVIDIA.
Software updates that break things?
Yeah.
Oh,
Basically,
Any update?
update.
Can I get an update?
And yes, before everyone, like, yeah, studio drivers. I am on the studio driver package.
That's
So,
NVIDIA's fault.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, ever since we did let's upgrade the edit rig to the 3080 because that'll make it nicer, right? Like, since we upgraded the 3080, we had to update the driver.
And all hell broke loose.
Pretty much Premiere's just, like, never really run right since.
Has it ever really ran right?
It did actually towards the end of that 2080 Ti that we had in there because for some reason the stars aligned and like I just turned off all the updates and I was just like never update.
Yeah.
Like not even Windows. I would go into the thing and hit the pause button 10 million times every single time it was like, hey.
So then
we
what
have
happened?
updates.
You just were like, well, I'll give it a chance.
No, well, we had to update the driver for the 3080.
Oh, okay, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
which kind of sucks because it's
So you
obviously
can-
a more
you can
powerful
pin-
card.
Can you pin that one on NVIDIA then, since you didn't update Premiere?
Probably. But I mean, also, you know, it could just be the fact that it's new hardware.
I'm fine with pinning it on NVIDIA.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
They could take it.
Thanks, NVIDIA.
You guys suck.
It's like, and then the worst part, okay, like even like legitimately as you know a working editor, like I thought that was the whole point of the studio drivers is to like
Optimization.
Be a few versions behind the bleeding edge of
Oh.
the gaming drivers, so that way they can work on all the bugs and iron them out. And like, no, I mean Jay's seen it. I was editing like standard dev DVR footage from our drones, and it's like play. And then it starts playing. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm on a freaking Threadripper with a 3080.
I guarantee you someone right now was like, well, it's because you're on a Threadripper. Because, you know, the fanboy arguments.
Yeah, Intel fanboys. But yeah, no, oh my gosh. It's
They just jelly.
Like, it's just like, I shouldn't be waiting ever on a system this powerful. Like, it's just not something.
I'm curious if you go back to gaming mode and disable the other CCX, if it will go back to
if it'll
normal.
play. It's weird because it's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've like metered it and like it doesn't really look like it's a CPU bottleneck. Like whenever it's, whenever
Doesn't have
it's
to be a
hanging up-
CPU bottleneck. It just could be an Infinity Fabric thing.
No, but I mean before, like that was the reason I like switched it to game mode was because I saw like one core light up
Yeah.
And then it moved it, and then it moved it, and then it would play. And then I was like, okay, one cord is getting hung up, and it's probably bouncing between CCXs and stuff. Yeah, now it just looks normal. So it's just, it's NVIDIA for sure.
Anyway.
Thanks, NVIDIA.
Thanks, NVIDIA.
Thanks, NVIDIA. All
Now I
right.
have to wait 0.7 whole seconds.
Hey, speed of Threadripper, I found one.
Oh, cool.
Got my name on it.
It's got my name on it.
It's not a working one.
It's
but-
also the slow one now.
Yeah.
We should 3D
Dude,
print
like a
some.
5,000, a 5800X is probably faster than that.
When you get your 3D printer, we should put some arms in that, turn it into a drone.
Oh, flying CPU? Dude, that thing's heavy, though. I have to go with the 5 inches for sure.
6S.
I definitely have to pull out the 5-inch to fly that one.
Dude, 5 inch, you can fly this whole package. It's just flying in her.
Dude, imagine that flying into the wall.
Yeah, it would fly into the wall and then out
through
of
the
the other
wall.
side of the wall and then out into the street. Jeez.
Not only does it rip threads, it'll break walls.
But it's
And
okay.
hearts. And limbs. And bones.
At least you're handsome. Says the line
The trophy.
trophy.
Yeah, don't forget it. I am second best looking.
second
A face for radio.
second first place.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, it's time for FTFA from the freaking audience, where we read your guys' short, concise emails. Write us your short emails.
They're still not gonna listen.
I know. I keep hoping someday that people will mostly listen.
I still can't stop laughing.
If we open the email and we see a book of text, it's an immediate delete. Okay, just
the one
saying.
that you opened with bullet points, and we
Yeah.
were just like, really? Like it was like bullet points you had to scroll.
I feel like that could be a video, like alone.
How not to contact a YouTuber?
How not to
if we,
email?
If we just react to the emails that are really long.
I don't want to sit there and make
geez.
fun of people, but at least not
To their face.
all the time, you know. No, so anyway, this is where we read your guys' short and concise emails, something we think will add some sort of dynamic or depth to the show. So if it's funny, interesting, doesn't have to be tech related, just insightful, we'll talk about it. So this first one's from Ryan. He says, "Hey guys, I'm Ryan and I'm from Maryland. Love the show. Keep up the great work. I'd like to ask, what are your all-time favorite rides or experiences at an amusement park?" He goes on to just kind of explain what his favorite rides and stuff were, but I'll leave the question there. So, Nick,
Star Tours and Big Thunder Mountain at Disneyland.
are we talking about when we were 5 or?
Wow.
Jane really hates Nick today.
No, didn't you go on
He
Smuggler's Run
hates
with
both
us?
of us.
No, I wasn't there for
Oh, have
that.
you never been on
You never been on
Smuggler's
Smuggler's Run?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's
all right. So then that list is gonna change someday, because Smuggler's Run already is like, think Star Tours, but you're sort of semi-controlling the ship, and it's a game.
Oh.
Okay, it's a cool game. It's not my favorite. It was high up there until I went on Rise of the Resistance. But I'm surprised you said Big Thunder Mountain, because you do not like roller coasters.
That's like a mellow coaster. Like I like that one because
It's mellow, yeah, but it's still a roller
Ironically,
coaster.
it's the one that like killed a dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one coaster that Nick likes is the one that actually murdered somebody.
Well, yeah, and that was strictly due to maintenance negligence.
Yeah.
But
I guess that can technically happen.
what you mean
anywhere.
the Incredicoaster with its loop and stuff? No.
That's a hard pass, especially after we did Stratosphere.
Oh God, I thought for
You
sure.
did the
I thought you were
coaster?
gonna pass out.
We did everything on
You did the
Stratosphere.
coaster.
We did all of it up there. Josh made us.
Yeah.
He bought all the tickets and then guilt tripped us if we
I'm
wouldn't
never
go.
going on a trip with Josh.
Yeah, don't.
Hey Josh,
Don't.
I'm never going on a trip with you.
Yeah, don't.
Like no.
Okay,
I
so
don't even care if you have a gun in my head.
so
no.
the first one we went on is the one that has that little short track and it just goes up and it like tilts and then you hang out over
Yeah,
the
you
edge.
slide out over the edge.
Yeah,
Dude.
So I was sitting next to Nick.
no.
I was sitting next to Nick, and then the sounds that I heard coming out of him. So this is my reaction. I was like, I'm looking at him like, oh, dude, are you okay?
Yeah, like, are you
'Cause I
actually
hear,
dying?
I hear, no.
That's basically what I did. That's basically what I did during Incredicoaster.
I don't like.
So then it goes back and it does it again. He's like, no. He's
Dude,
he's like
yeah.
hyper. Like I
Dude,
thought
I'm
he was
so-
in a G suit doing this.
Yeah, dude.
So then
You're back. I'm good.
so then we go on the one that
That's
like
only 9 G's, right?
so then we go on the one that spins around in those chairs and then swings out over the outside and then literally tilts you down.
Yeah, because there's nothing in between you
Yes.
and the ground. Oh my god.
So it's swinging us
I'm
around
sweating.
face down.
I'm sweating
Yeah, I
just
see it.
listening to you explain this.
So
Like,
we're face
dude,
down, and I'm the
no.
one over there going, "Oh my god, no!" And Nick's like, "Yay!"
As long as I kept my eyes closed, I was cool.
No, he was like,
on that ride.
I heard, this is awesome. And I'm like, I'm losing my shit because I'm just like, nah, Will. Because I'm the one, I'm not saying you're not afraid of heights, but I am really afraid of heights.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that was like this. Don't look down.
You look down.
I was hyper focused down.
Oh,
That was the problem. I didn't
no.
look. I just I was eyes shut the whole time.
Oh,
Nope, I was
no.
eyes down the whole time. And Josh was over there like, woo! His arms were all like flailing and
That
stuff.
was so good. I did it twice.
Then we went on the big shot, which I've been on a bunch of times, the one that shoots you up, the antenna thing.
Oh, I hate
I was
that
on a
one.
side by myself,
Oh, jeez.
which is like, I didn't have anyone to like feed off of, but I could hear him screaming around the corner.
What also, like, if you die, you're dying alone.
I remember we get to the very top, I'm like, I can see state line from here. You know? And he's like, no.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
I hate that. That was the worst one. And the one that puts you over the edge. I will do the spinny one again, but
I don't even, like, want to go back to the stratosphere.
Do you have a favorite ride? So you're not a thrill seeker, like in terms of
No.
rides and stuff. So
No,
do you
I'm
have a?
super terrified of that stuff? No, I think favorite ride. I'm gonna agree with Tim on Smuggler's Run because, I mean, it's really just it's such an awesome piece of tech.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
It's a motion sim with a giant freaking high def screen and like,
Everyone has a different part to control in the
yeah,
ship.
and a replica cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, which is
1-to-1
awesome.
too.
Yeah, I mean, when do you ever get to see 1-to-1 replicas of things you only saw in sci-fi
Actually,
movies?
the I believe the Millennium Falcon sitting outside is like 85%.
yeah,
or
it's
something like that.
not full 1-to-1,
But it's
because-
still big enough to be like, whoa.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's why they don't let you walk all the way up to it, so that the
No, you can walk underneath it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought they had railings though.
We were able to
like-
get all the way underneath it and look at it and stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's barricades to keep you from going where the line is and stuff, but you could get all the way under the ship.
Okay, so
yeah.
that's what that was there for. I thought they just didn't want you.
But I was
walking
under there going like, I know where they got that from, Lowe's. You know, seeing the stuff all on the side
yeah.
because it was just like PVC
Remember
pipe and
remember
stuff.
when we were looking at the welds and we were like, oh, this is just like cock.
yeah.
The goopy cock.
It's like
CAULK cock.
it's like it's all rubbery and stuff.
Yeah, and I was
the
like,
line is pretty cool.
That was such a smart way to do fake welds. Is like put a bunch of cock and then spray it silver.
Yeah, because I guess none of that was open when we took you. Yeah, you're gonna have to go
California
back.
Adventure,
Stars one
I
is
think.
dope. But you
Yeah.
just want to Rise of the Resistance, so
Yeah,
I'm
which was
jealous of
really
that.
really cool. It's not my favorite ride, but it was definitely a lot of ooh and ah, and I kept like not paying attention to the ride because I kept looking around like how'd they do this, you know? So the line is part of the ride. The ride itself incorporates autonomous, like the cars drive themselves and there's no track. It's open navigation. Theatrics because they have live actors, animatronics. Just the 1-to-1 scale. Like you ever popped out of a transport into a Star Destroyer hangar with a full-size TIE fighter and a legion of stormtroopers looking at you?
Which is funny because nobody in the original trilogy did that either.
Yeah.
Because they were matte paintings.
Right.
So technically, you have a better experience of being in a hangar bay at a Star Destroyer than Harrison Ford did.
Yeah, it was really neat to see that.
That's so cool.
But no, I think my favorite ride in terms of thrill is X2 at Six Flags.
Oh, that's the one that like spins you around and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's the seat rotates
Yeah.
as you're going through the roller coaster.
I've heard that be a really
And you go
popular-
backwards.
Oh,
When you're upright, you're moving backwards.
See, that's the funny thing is because like I love watching like those ride along videos and stuff like that, and people talk about that. People discussing their favorite roller coasters and stuff and why it's their favorite and how that one disorients you so much and everything. But I mean, I'm not.
Well,
ever
and then
gonna
there's
go-
fire. So you go through a loop and you're like,
Wait, they had fire?
yeah, it was at night
What?
too. You go backwards and then you're like going like backwards up, like laying on your belly, and then suddenly it's like fire comes up. You're like, whoa.
Oh, so you're like, wait, so you're
You're
backwards
going
Supermaning?
backwards Supermaning through the
and then-
fire.
and then
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
oh, so it's like a suspension roller coaster then, because you're hanging.
No, you're up the sides.
Yeah.
So there's a cart on the track, and the seats hang off the side on an axle and spin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have the way that it rotates is like a crazy cam system that's like built into the interior of the inside of the track.
Right. And
Yeah.
it rotates in a certain way on purpose.
Yeah.
That way sometimes you're going like outside of a loop, other times you're like flipping in with a loop, or the cart moves and you stay and the cart's moving
Basically,
around
just
you.
freestyle moves.
Yeah.
they freestyle the people that are on the roller coaster. Basically,
It's just sort of like an engineering marvel,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
no, it really is cool.
That'd be cool.
I'm
to
never
spectate
riding it, but it's
I'm not
cool
gonna
as
ride
heck.
it. Yeah.
Like, from a tech standpoint, yeah.
Hey, you want to go next weekend?
No, I'm good.
I'll pay.
I'm good. Don't try and josh me into this.
I'll buy the ticket and then I'll tell you I already paid for it.
Just make armor of all sardines, and then Jay will never get close enough to
An
you.
armor of sardines.
Stay back. Stay back.
No,
Sardines
he's
slingshot.
wearing them like a sardine vest.
No, sardine bandolier. And he has a sardine slingshot. Just ready to, get away from me.
All right.
Yes, Jay hates sardines.
Thomas says, hey guys, massive fan of the show. RTFM is my dedicated weekend listening now. Thank you. I'm glad you spend your weekend listening to the insightful, intelligent conversations that we come up
And
with.
mature conversation.
Absolutely mature. My question is, how do you guys deal with burnout in gaming? Do you ever have times where no game seems to keep you hooked anymore and you scroll through your library, play something for 30 minutes, and then move on to the next for an endless cycle?
That is a great question, Thomas.
I bought a drone.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's really
About
kinda-
a month ago, I uninstalled Rocket League and haven't played since.
Yeah, like I mean,
Oh, it happened to you finally.
Yeah, I did it in the office.
Wow.
wait, because of like,
No, I had taken time away from the game, lost a lot of skill,
oh, and then you tried to play again, and
and
then,
I just was like, I don't feel like grinding this skill back.
yeah, yeah.
No, I bought my drone because you guys, and I've been having more fun flying that around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think like how to deal with burnout is just don't do it if it's not fun. Like that's pretty much
It's
my,
okay to not want to play a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and you get so caught up in like the I bought it, you know what I mean? I was like so hyped on this game or whatever. But like I found that it's so nice to even, you know, like we talk about hobbies of the month, right? But it's so nice to just cut your like why are you doing it if it's frustrating you, right? It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
do something else that you find fun.
Well, I think if people are like, I spent $70 on this game, I'm gonna play it. You know,
I
and
bought
it's like-
Mass Effect Andromeda like at launch, and it's like I only played it for like 2 hours, and I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna go.
That was
do
me with
something
Red
else.
Dead. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah.
I played
Like, you were hyped on it and then-
3 hours, 4 hours, and I was like, this is another grind. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I felt like it really just did feel like I don't.
Games these days are all about the grind, and I'm so sick of grinding. I'm really sick of grinding. It's like, okay,
Understandable.
just do all this stuff over and over and over to unlock the gear you need to do the next thing. And it's
That's-
like, come on.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like I thought especially single player games with a grind. It's like why? Like you're telling me a story.
Let me get through that story.
Imagine, I guess Mario 64 was kind of a little bit of a grind, but like the mechanics were still fun enough that it didn't really feel like a grind because you still had to get like 30 stars to get through the 30-star door. But like, you know,
I never played any of the Marios past Mario 3.
oh yeah.
Like on SNES. I never played anything past them. The original 3, that was it.
Yeah, and even back then, they still kind of there was a direction to go in the game. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like you have to do this 10 times.
Yeah.
To you know what I mean? It's just
No,
like,
it was just complete the stage,
Yeah.
and you're good. You move on.
and then you're on the map, and then it's just like, do you want to go that way or that way? And
Yeah.
then there's a hammer dude there, so
and
don't
then,
go that way. You know,
and then
it's
what
like-
might make the game interesting is to play it again and go a different way.
Yeah.
Or go back and go the other way. You
And
know?
I think that's what I liked about Star Fox 64 is that it was kind of a like arcade.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, well, and also like because they didn't even have save games. Like
Yeah.
you would just play it, and then it's like cool, let me run it again, but like cool, completely different route,
Different
and then
route,
see
yeah.
what happens. You know,
Is there a Star Fox in emulator, you think?
Probably.
I kind of want to play it.
there's an N64 emulator.
Yeah, true.
we remember we found Hydro Thunder emulated.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's part of why I don't like playing emulated games anymore is that like my memory of the graphics is
yes.
way nicer than they actually were.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird how your brain does that.
yeah.
How your brain at the time went, these graphics are insane. You look today and you're like, oh my
I remember
god.
literally like bringing my N64 over to a friend's house with Mario Kart, and I was just like, dude, like it looks real, and like the trees
Mario
are
Kart.
2D sprites.
Yeah.
It's just like really, but like yeah, when you're 10, 12 years old,
Yep.
dude, it was real. Oh, look at the leaves, like.
Oh, I had that experience not that long ago when I hooked up my NES Classic.
Yeah.
And then I had my daughter playing Mario Kart with me, the original Mario Kart. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this looked so different
To be fair,
when I was
though,
a kid.
like you have to play on a CRT because it blurs the pixels together a little bit, so you get
yeah, I was playing it on a 65-inch OLED.
Yeah, it's like every square pixel is super square
Square, yeah.
instead of being a nice anti-alias dot.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's part of the reason.
There were
why-
no circles.
Yeah. Which is why I think some of the PC emulators will have a function that does it, like they make it look like a CRT, so it's a little softer and more like you used to.
Well,
remember it.
yeah, the NES Classic has that CRT.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a CRT emulation. It even adds the scan lines.
That's
wow.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that function because it really like there is some semblance of truth in that emulated games do look worse than they used to. than you remember because the display technology is different. Like we don't have CRTs anymore. So
But yeah, circling back to Burnout though, I picked up the drones and then maybe I'll stop drones for a little bit and go back to another hobby I dropped, like going back to Gunpla or something. They kind of like need a cool down period per se.
yeah, it's just like just do what makes what's
Sometimes
fun.
it's fun to go back to an old game because if you can lose
Yeah, like Mass Effect Legendary
the
Edition,
try
I'm hyped for
hard,
that.
if you can lose the try hard mode.
Oh yeah.
Because I
Rocket
think
League.
I think all
Yeah.
three of us suffer from that. We play a game and we're like, we're gonna be the best at this game that there's ever best at this game, and it's like
It's not even that for me. It's just like I just hate when I'm performing worse than I know I could have done.
Yeah.
I don't really care if somebody beats me and I know I'm doing as good as I could do.
now imagine if your entire livelihood depended on playing games and then
Yeah.
you have those days.
Yeah.
No.
Which is, I mean, and that's what separates professionals from people that just play video games. is
Well, professionals half the time won't stick it out anyway. They all just jump around from team to team to team because they'd be like, "Oh, we lost because he sucks," and then I'm
that,
gonna leave.
No,
you
but
know,
I'm
and-
just saying. I mean, just saying in general because that's the exact same thing for sports, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you just stop playing basketball whenever you had a bad day at the
Oh, wow.
court, right? You would never make it to the NBA.
It's like that. We could do the Jace 2 Cents League,
Yeah.
and we'll just play basketball.
Or
for,
it's like if
for
I
videos
stopped
now.
editing, if I stopped editing video every time like I had to drudge through a video because I wasn't motivated to do it, then I wouldn't have been editing.
I'm curious if anyone here would watch a video of us just playing basketball. Because I can't even tell you how
Oh, no.
bad it would be.
I mean, it would be hilarious.
You know what bugged me is like, yeah,
I'd be
I'm,
wheezing after like 5 steps because freaking heart problem.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, I mean, I'm fairly heavy set, but it's like people are like, "You're tall. Do you play basketball?" I'm like, "That's tallest." No, I mean, seriously,
Whatever. The weather's nicer up there.
I can't even tell you like how many times I've had people when I was younger be like, "You play basketball? You're tall." Like, no, I play football and tennis. Oh, really? Anyway, okay, so we got another one here. This is from, all right, that's Thomas. So Jay, another guy's name's Jay. He says, "Hi, my name's Jay too. My quick question for the show: what are your biggest pet peeves? Like the kind of thing that grinds your gears?"
NVIDIA drivers. No, I'm
Slow
kidding.
drivers in the fast lane when you're trying to pass.
Oh no. Oh
When
my
are
God,
you
yeah.
trying to pass?
Wow. Jay, come on, dude. You know what? Grinding my gears. Jay picking on me
Jay?
for like everything
That's
today.
it.
You wanna drink about it?
Jay.
No. I'm fine, thank you.
I really grinds my gears. Jay. You gonna answer that next week too?
I changed my mind. It's Jay.
If your next rant doesn't involve me in some way, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
I'm gonna.
You're already disappointed in him. It's today.
Fear no more. You can't be disappointed anymore.
Well, is that how you keep from being disappointed? You just lose all your ability to care.
Yeah. Wait.
I'll get there someday.
Wait, oh, you're not there?
No,
Oh.
I still have to care. I got
Oh, yeah,
too
actually,
much
yeah.
responsibilities.
No, yeah, you have to care.
No, my
Bummer.
pet peeve, honestly, is people that are not punctual. Like people that cannot be on time.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
remember that
I'm
when
glad,
I first started.
I'm glad that we've all worked through that, and it's not really a problem anymore.
I showed up 11 minutes late, and he was like texting me by minute 6. Like, where are you?
Right, yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay. Now I know. Like, it's not.
That's because most of the time, like, I've got things that happen in the afternoon with family and stuff
Yeah.
that, like, I've got to leave by a certain time. And anytime anyone's late that we start late in the morning eats into the time that
That
we
you're
have.
supposed to be there. Yeah.
So, but no, I don't know what it is. And, you don't know why you are the way you are, right? It's just, you are the way you are. It's the way you were born, the way your brain works. It's just, I guess you could delve into it, try and find some roots. But for the most part, you are the way you are. And I don't know why, but it is. To me, when you're not punctual to work, it's like the biggest disrespect.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because it's like that person is not respecting your time.
Yeah.
And or the business's time and or everybody else's time that's waiting on that person. So yeah.
It's
no,
like a cog
it
in the
make-
machine.
It
Without
makes
that
sense.
cog, you can't move.
It makes sense like for like work, professionalism.
But for me, that's anything. If someone says they're gonna come by and drop something off at a certain time,
Yeah.
and you're around waiting, and they come
Oh,
30,
yeah.
30 minutes late, you're just like, I've been literally waiting around for this, and it's like, I don't know, it's just punctuality. People
I've done that on like selling used stuff on like OfferUp or whatever, and
Yeah.
the person says they're going to be here at a certain time, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, if it's been 10 minutes, like Marcus sold, I'll list it tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like block this person, like, dude, like don't.
You don't need that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, they actually have a report like for no show, like that goes specifically now.
My wife does a
So-
lot of like the Facebook group, like
marketplace stuff.
community stuff where like she gives away. So we don't really sell things; we just give them away. So like if we've got like old, like an old bed or furniture we don't want anymore.
Makes sense.
We don't go try and Craigslist it. I mean, this is not like bad stuff. We just are like, I'm not gonna go through the haggle, trying to list it and have people, be haggling. I don't want to pay that much, whatever. How much would you take?
you take $20.
So literally, we just list it for free.
Yeah.
And she
Come
belongs
take
to these different like community pages, like moms groups and like breastfeeding groups and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, hey, anyone, first come, first serve, whoever wants this, and then the line forms. And the etiquette goes, whoever responds first gets the first dibs. If they turn it down, the next person. My wife's like, she gets extremely frustrated, and I agree with her. If the first person is like, I'll come and get it at 4:00, and they don't come at 4:00, and then you move on, like it's like 5 or 5:30 or whatever, she moves on to the next person, and that first person's like, but now it's going to get done. It's like, you didn't show up.
Yeah.
Like
that should be.
And then they start
the
wanting
most obvious thing.
and then they'll start like wanting to argue, and they'll like try and report my wife.
The irony.
No,
Like, dude,
yeah.
you're arguing over something you're getting for free.
Well, they didn't get it. That's the point, right? But the thing is,
my
though,
gosh.
like, there's been times I've even tried to report my wife of like not following the order, and then my wife will like counter report them for like they did no showed, and then they get like blocked from the group.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so
Yeah,
I mean,
no-shows.
I don't. It's just punctuality to me. It's like I didn't have to think about that. That's my number one go-to pet peeve.
Yeah.
It's people that are late. Okay, Steven says this question is for all three.
Wait, did we get Phil's pet peeve?
Oh,
we
yeah. What's
get
your pet
his?
peeve? Me, you, work, alcohol, cars.
I mean-
gasoline.
People would put gasoline in plastic bags.
Oh no, that happens every time there's a gas shortage.
No, that's not a pet peeve. That's actually the most entertaining thing I've seen on Twitter this week. It's so good. I love seeing all the pictures. Of just
Or the
like-
people putting diesel in because it was in stock.
I mean, I still thought it was hilarious that I saw Tesla with a bunch of gas cans.
On the back, yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do with that?
Power my generator.
Yeah, power generator charge the Tesla.
Not really practical, is it?
Gas powered Tesla.
Do you have a go-to pet peeve?
I mean, just when people like are so ignorant or dumb that like they're missing some important fact that's like literally either spelled out for them, sometimes literally like on our door when people are like, oh no, what is this sweet C or whatever, and it's like, dude, we have a giant sign.
Yeah.
Like, and it also says private business on there too.
It says private business,
Yeah, people just walk
appointments
in.
only.
Is this the whatever balloon place or whatever?
Yeah, is this the jumpy?
Yeah.
Is it
Like,
jumpers?
Does this look like a balloon place?
I'll be like, hold up, we got jumpers?
Yeah, like just people that just don't read directions. It's like, how it always happens whenever we order food, right? It's just like, come on.
Back to that DoorDash thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That was customer service for me back in my previous job.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I have a theory that I think at least at one of your jobs at all times should have to be in either customer service or food service, because you need to understand how stupid the public is. Like there's just like the depths of the stupidity of average people is just it's mind blowing. It's awesome.
I never worked
And-
in like
I wouldn't call it mind blowing. I'd say it's face palming.
I never worked in any sort
it
of
would mind
retail.
blow if there had minds to blow.
I've never had a retail job, but I was a FedEx driver for a few years.
Yeah.
And that taught me some
That,
things.
I think that kind of counts as customer service, though, because
Yeah.
you're on the receiving end if they don't get the package that day, like maybe UPS and handling freight. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
And you probably had to deal with management dummery.
yeah, that's true.
Stupidery.
All right, so Steven, this is our last question of the day. Steven asks, this question's for all three. If you're to make a short film, what kind of, quote, genre movie would you want to make?
Action.
action.
Horror?
Horror action. No, I'm kidding.
Horror action? No, horror. Horror.
Demonetized 3 Tokyo Drift.
No, I would want to make I'd want to make a horror film, like a modern make on a slasher.
Oh.
Because I was always in the, like
They don't
hugely
really do that anymore. They don't really do like the gory kind of like human
No,
versus
there's-
human slashery stuff.
Yeah, because people aren't creative anymore in their writing, and so they just rely on jump scares.
Yeah, and
Which is dumb.
monsters
Like this-
instead of like an actual like sick in the head person type character.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like I would want to do some sort of a religious horror, because those are the most mind trippy, the religious ones, especially if you stick to mainstream religion.
Dude, you're being like that guy in Cyberpunk that like that mission where he
Oh no, yeah, no.
maybe that's what's like the seed in your mind that you're thinking of right now. Because I remember
I texted you. I was like, that was so
Yeah.
effed up.
when all three of us, because you were like, "What is this guy even doing?" And we were like, "No, just keep
Yeah,
playing that
just keep
mission."
doing it.
And then like 3 hours later, we get a text from Jay in the group chat, and he's just like, "Dude, Like that was all the first text was. It was just dude, and then we were like, yeah, he saw it. He saw that part. And we were like, what did you do, Joe?
I was like, dude.
I did.
Oh yeah. I remember. And we were like neither me or Nick
Oh, I
helped
didn't.
him.
I helped him, but I didn't do it.
Yeah,
I
you
just,
helped him to the point where you were
and then
like,
I
no,
just
yeah.
he asked me to witness it, and I did. But he wanted me to
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
So well. Yeah, I don't really
I don't want to spoil it because
Yeah,
the game's still
exactly.
new enough. But yeah, I did not wield the tools.
There's a particular side mission in Cyberpunk in which it's it's religious themed. That's all we'll say about it.
Yeah, it was
really
rough.
good. Yeah, it was a really good like.
It was a lot of a save check, quick save, and then like proceeding down like. I don't know if I want to
that
do
made
this.
me do it too.
Revert.
Yeah, I want to try different options on that. for
Like
sure.
I was like, dude, these people are really upset. They're protesting over this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then you understood why
Yeah.
because it was like, yeah, no.
Well, because he was making the what do they call it, the brain
dance.
Brain dance.
Yeah,
They're making the brain dance.
basically
for
a brain recording.
It was
Yeah.
supposed to be
of something.
preem BD.
Well,
brain BD.
speaking of brain recording, it's time for this brain recording to be done. So we enjoy hanging out with you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Do me a favor, go check out the JCSense.com merch store in the next few days because our merch is actually got a tracking number finally. We can finally launch our spring line that's like 2 months late. Not my fault. It's the printer's fault, but whatever. With that
3D
said,
printer.
yes. If you guys haven't already signed up for our giveaway, link is down below. And we'll be figuring out that winner tomorrow. So, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, we will see you in the next one, which will be
A video.
2 videos this weekend because I forgot to put mine live yesterday. So it's ready, but I forgot. So
GG.
that one's on me. That's my bad. Okay, bye, guys.
that chat.